Welcome to the Sci-Fi Center, the place to be, where comic books and wrestling collide magically. Movies, TV shows, and pop culture we share. Get ready to rock, we're here to take you there. From superheroes to aliens in outer space, we've got the latest news and reviews in our embrace. Turn on your screen, let the neon lights glow. We'll take you back to the 80s. Let's rock and roll. Sci-Fi Center, where the legends come alive. Get ready to geek out, let your imagination fly. We're diving into the past with a touch of modern flair. Sci-Fi Center, the ultimate pop culture lair.
Welcome to Derry. Welcome to Sunday, and welcome to episode number 6. Only got 2 more episodes after this. Welcome to Derry. I'm your host, William, and I'm having some technical difficulties. That's why it took me so long to get in. Having a graphics card issue. There's a device conflict, so my screen is fucked up. But you can still carry out the show. So let me get for those of you who are watching on Twitter, which is a great many of you, I would love and appreciate if you came over to YouTube, and you can kind of see down there. There's there's the mothership. There's the channel is designed and based and ran off of YouTube. I mean, it's cool that we have other options to do it with, but that's where I'm trying to gear all our audience in. So we're gonna go ahead and get Clint the Clown in, and here's the glow in the dark Ozzy.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Ooh, wow, your sound is really good today.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's answer some quick comments.
I saw the episode tonight. It's a much improved from last one. And all I have to say is it's fucking evil, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I've seen those around. But I own all those movies. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get started since I'm a little bit late. Hey, Aaron, go ahead and count us down. All right. Well, hold before I start. I am at the static screen at HBO. So I can never get the fucking time right on this where the cursor is. So I am at I would say start at 154.
Okay. Just tell me when you want me to count down.
All right, let's go.
Okay. 3, 2, and 1.
This episode is called "In the Name of the Father."
You better heal asylum.
Yep,
Oh, it's all in
1950.
black and white.
Yeah.
Have you seen this before, William?
No, this is my first time.
I rewatched last night because I was bored. I rewatched It Part 2, and it kind of has an effect on watching this episode.
Oh, wow. Red balloon.
Have you read the books, William? What do the red balloons other mean that he's here?
The balloons. That's the typical. Back in the old days, that's what the clown would hand you a balloon. Kids love balloons, and that's how he would use. That's how he draws them in.
Oh, so it's a lure.
It's a lure, yeah. Fucking intro, dude. Does this intro change?
No, not for as much as I
No,
can.
no, that's new. This is new. Her staring into that gutter is new. Yeah, this is all new. Yeah, because that part isn't. I need to go back and watch all these and see if they were incrementally adding to it. This is still so creepy.
There should be lyrics.
Okay, this is new. Okay, no, that's not new. The balloon. They added the balloon into the above the house. I don't believe the balloon was there before. I'm gonna have to watch a video on this just the intro alone.
One of these days, I'm just gonna have my fishing rod and connect a red balloon and float it right next to your store.
Now I'm gonna know it's you. So that's scary. You should have just went and did it. Oh
They'd
yeah,
have
they've definitely added stuff to this.
they someday have to fix your elevator.
Yeah, I know. Started on that shit. Yeah, they definitely added things to this creep place.
Well, they still have the kid with the lobotomy in the front.
Yeah, I saw that one. He's still there. That one's.
I'm actually gonna try and find out if there's any like lyrics for the opening.
I think what the opening's trying to say is everything looks great on the surface, but when you go deeper.
Everybody. Not gonna be giving me a timestamp.
Hey, it's a Brad. I'm somewhat on time.
We're about 5 minutes in.
So like right when the intro is kind of wrapping up.
I still wouldn't be able to run out like that on my old man. Drunks running around with guns. This is always a good thing.
Nothing but good things happen with drunks with guns.
I wasn't aware of this fourth that the intro is animated by the Killer animation team. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they changed it too. There's different shit in there this week. Or they added stuff to it.
I don't think so, William. I think you're imagining things.
No, because I think I'm pretty sure I paid attention to this creepy opening, but I'm like that. There's got to be a video out there that breaks down everything, and I just haven't had a chance to look at it yet. Fuck that. You ain't going back down to the sewers. Don't you kids.
Well, that's the only way to stop it. That's where the losers defeated it. Or if Stephen King wants to write another book, or did they? So is it the deadlights or the deadlights its tools to use?
It's tools.
It's cool.
because the deadlights are mentioned throughout other Stephen King books as well.
By the way, Erwin saw it chapter 2. I think I might be kind of the odd man out that I actually is my favorite of the two. I love them both, but that's when I actually kind of like this a little bit more.
I really just view it as one movie. It's just one movie to me, so I don't really think one was better than two or two was better than one.
When Richie looks in the deadlights in the second one, just the face that Bill Hader really makes me laugh when he does that. I'll just see if I can show you guys.
I watched it chapter 2 last night.
Dude, the vampires are going to show up if you do that, man. And the clan. Watch out.
Ooh.
I don't think there's much clan in Maine.
Nah, it probably isn't. Not that far up north.
Yeah, here it is. I get it, Bill Hader from Saturday Night Live, but just that face.
What are you doing?
This is out of chapter 2 when he's trying to throw the big spider Pennywise, and he hits him with the deadlights and freezes him in his tracks. That's the face he makes. Bill Hader's a pretty funny guy. First thing before I even saw him on Saturday Night Live, the first thing I ever saw him in was Superbad, which is a movie that has not aged well.
I didn't even waste my time on Superbad. That's all the trailer, and I'm like, no.
I mean, the one joke that I think is pretty funny is the whole thing about, so your name was just McLovin. It's not dry. It's just McLovin.
You made Aaron do a spit take.
Again, we're siblings. We have the same sense of humor.
Okay, no,
you're not siblings.
Just stop. Let the creepiness be with what we're watching, and not you, please. Oh, puppy love. Puppy love.
Wow.
Yeah, this episode, it's pretty fucking evil. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, that's that's to be expected.
Well, this is a level of evil that's just really evil.
Aaron shared the welcome the opening titles right there at the chat for everybody.
Find it. It took me a little while there to find it.
What'd you do? Oh, the opening credit. Yeah, I got to look up YouTube because I saw differences, but I could be just seeing shit.
Yeah, it's the lyrics.
Oh, okay.
I have some of the lyrics memorized. I just typed that from my memory.
Ah, very clever.
Gross. Why grossness? Yeah. Ooh, what are you doing? Ugh, gross.
The eye stuff.
Yeah. Still getting over that episode. Ooh, wow, their eyes all fucked up.
Yeah, I knew that was going to get you, but I wasn't going to mention it to you. I just wanted a first reaction.
Oh, she still has her eye. I thought she
Yeah.
lost her eye. Oh, and she still has it.
She has a deflated eye.
Yeah, but she's not like a Cyclops. I thought there was no way she kept her eye.
I think she's keeping the remnants of her eye.
No, though, I saw the pupil move. So.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
William, yeah, for whatever reason, like eye carnage doesn't really bother me as much as it does you, Williams. Like my big thing is fingernails. Like if you see fingernails getting like bent backwards or
Oh yeah, that doesn't
pulled
bother
out,
me.
that really.
I mean,
that,
I'm not real. Yeah, I'm not. That's not the most pleasant thing for me to see, but it doesn't measure to eye and genital touch.
well, genital, that's every man. You
Don't do anything. Don't do anything to the nads, man. Leave the nads out of the horror. Goddamn it.
Oh, I bet you loved the first half hour of something about Mary.
Oh, that was uncomfortable. That's something that could actually happen to people.
Yeah,
You just gotta be
exactly.
fucking careful, dude.
But every man, we've all had our close calls with that situation.
She should be better off um putting something cold around her eye because of the fact that it's so like swelled up.
I think they're waiting for the swelling to go down. Plus, this is
And
the
the quickest way to do it is if you like put a needle.
Okay, stop it, Darren.
Drain
Let's
it?
go. Hey, listen. I'm sorry to see you go, but yeah, we can't be having needles and eyes in the same sentence.
No, he will not be.
Yeah,
No.
I'm talking about the lid, not the actual
Listen,
eyeball.
Aaron,
It's the
Aaron, we're
lid.
gonna need to stop talking right
It's
now.
hurting the actual
Yeah,
eyeball.
whatever.
I'm just making suggestions
What's
on how
the?
to make.
No, William, I can't see a problem. I don't see the issue. It's like I it's clear that this conversation does not fit William's vision for the Sci-Fi Center.
Yeah, it's time for you to go too.
Also,
I don't want to hear it. Neither one of you.
You're back. Come on.
You know what took
Oh,
care of
wow.
my eye swelling was some eye drops and stuff.
Oh, are you gonna come down on Clint now too?
Well, I had just had eye surgery like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, he actually literally had eye torture.
Oh, okay. So if you have actual like,
I haven't watched this episode yet. Let's come on. I got to hear what these guys are saying.
you only talk about this. You have actual ocular damage.
Well, the doctor did cut into my eye.
All right, hey, listen, guys, we're watching it. Welcome to Derry. I see no reason for any of this right now. There's details we're missing.
Seriously though, the big one for me though is really his fingernail damage.
Right.
That's that always.
With just enough torture in this show.
maybe we should call the show, rename the show Derry Med.
Derry what?
Derry Med.
Derry Med. I can definitely see where you're coming from there, Aaron. But you got this has to remember.
Silence. I got to
vision.
hear what this guy's saying. I got to hear what this guy's saying. I did not watch this one before.
Ooh.
William, I'm going to send you a PM. It's just a prediction I'm going to have. that I'm not going to say out here.
Okay. Interesting.
Hmm.
Are they in the cafeteria yet?
No.
No, there's a couples that are having an argument. Well, there's like a tinge of red in her hair.
They still had those desks when I was in school.
Oh, really? Oh,
I remember one time, a long time after I went back into my kindergarten school or whatever you call it, primary school, and it was just everything was so small. I'm like, really? Wow, I don't remember it this way.
Because you were much smaller. I remember those desks. These kids just do whatever the hell they want, man. I got cold cocked if I did half the shit these kids did. Killer clown or not. Wish I would have talked
now
to my
plus,
old man like that one kid did. We're in the
now plus it's the
cafeteria now.
1950s and that. Kids were more well disciplined.
Especially when you have military parents.
Kids have always been kids and will always be kids.
I never did any of this shit. I wasn't allowed.
Oh, I snuck up. I rode my bike to Lake Mead one time with friends.
Like a push bike or a motorbike.
Like a pedal your ass bike in the 110-degree heat bike.
Oh, wow.
But back when Lake Mead had a lot of water, there was a place to jump off the cliffs and have fun.
So
It was.
are you able to like swim and
Oh yeah, you could swim in Lake Mead.
Yeah, just watch out for the barrels of the dead bodies.
what?
It's so low, the barrels have been found.
Yeah, where the mob gets rid of their extra people.
They found a friend of mine who drowned out there at Lake Mead.
Did he
Aw.
drown or?
Yeah, he drowned because of stupidity.
Okay.
If he had took 3 seconds to think through the problem, he would have survived. His wife would have survived.
Oh, wow. Let's get racist with Ricky.
That was
Of
freaking
course.
hilarious.
Of course, I say that after I've been trained as a lifeguard and stuff. So if you don't let panic set in, you can generally save your ass pretty well when it comes to water.
Yeah, they taught us. They drown proofed us in the army. Man, that was some shit that just scared the fuck out of me at first. They had us jump into a pool, get up on the diving board, right, the really high concrete one that's way the fuck up there, and
Those team.
blindfolded us, put our rucksacks on and everything else, weapon, and there's somebody down there that's that's gonna grab you and take you out and everything, but they wanted you to jump off with all that shit on and just drown in there and not panic. And they would have you like do a task real quick as you're being brought up, like change your magazine, do something that you have to think to do, and then they would bring you up.
Drowning.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty effective. I'm not a child of the water. I can swim long enough for you to rescue me. But I had 80 pounds of that ruck. You had your ruck pack on, you had your boots on, and the main thing, like Clint was saying, is the initial panic is what can kill you more than anything.
Yeah, unfortunate thing, because I was on a swim team a lot when I was a kid. So, and of course, 3 years living in Hawaii. So and I've also done lifeguard training. So I'm a very adept swimmer. So I might be the guy rescuing you if you're having to tread water for a little bit.
Like, throw me that. I figure if I got to swim a long way, I'm probably dead.
You would not. You don't want to. No, don't rescue people, Brad, unless you know what you're doing.
I know what I'm doing. It's like I've done lifeguard training. I know CPR. I know first aid. It's like,
can you deal with a panicked individual that's jumping in the water, trying to push you down underneath the water so that they could stay up?
There's a technique they taught us for that. There's a certain way you got to grab them and grab their arms.
Yeah, you have to. You basically have to backstroke while you're kind of holding them. You're kind of.
And then you got to talk to them like they taught us. I mean, it's different for everybody else, but
you kind of put them almost a little bit like a full Nelson as you're carrying them.
And then
if you want to drown, you do that. Yeah, sure.
Well, we had a 3-person crew, so I would grab the person, and the better swimmer would have us. We would both be going backwards, but you're supposed to tell, hey, Sergeant, whatever. So and you only got like a couple of seconds before all that goes down. Yeah, but yeah, it's the water.
I know exactly what to do. And the best way to save someone is to grab them by their hair.
What if they're bald? No, I'm not being joking.
By their shirt.
Okay, yeah, don't because we were all we had all our head shaped. But what we did is we
come up behind them and grab them by a shirt or by their hair?
Antonio, we are right now. My timestamp is 34:24.
Also at Redstone Arsenal, they got a helicopter that they put in this giant pool, and it turns upside down, and you got to get out of that. And I'm like, what the fuck?
The other thing too with the kid,
You basically want to avoid their arms and legs.
talking, tiptoeing around like this, and it was because when I was about 19, I got
that was back in the 80s.
anybody had like a experience with a sty on your eyelid? Because I caught one of those one time, and so they gave me a medical creams, kind of a similar thing to like Vaseline. They put it on there to medicate it. And this is actually, it was my first year of college, and it was, this is actually when I had a job as a food server at Johnny Rockets. It's the one time I worked Black Friday in my whole life. Last time I'll do that, but so because I had to put that medication on here, I didn't want to like gross all the customers out, so I had to walk around with an eye patch. And I mean, it's not done that. I mean, give it a try. I mean, I'm serious. Like, give it a just do this. Just walk around like this with one eye covered.
You know why? I need both eyes to watch this episode, Brad.
But it's like I'm telling you, like it completely
there's
changes.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
Oh, they go.
A lot of people tend to fan cast Bill Skarsgård for the Joker too. Do you think that's a little too on the nose after Pennywise? Or I think he'd probably be a pretty good Joker.
Well, the way he can contort his mouth in that evil fucking smile of his.
Yeah. Oh, why have they not put him in Smile 3? He'd be perfect in Smile 3.
Oh, good. I won't have to see it.
And then when he drools when he's talking to the kids. Oh, Scoot.
Hold on. What's going on here?
Oh, another way to save someone who's drowning is you dunk them.
Okay, so this is Pennywise's granddaughter.
When you dunk them, they usually stop panicking, and that gets their attention.
Ew.
Um,
Oh, shit. Oh, you deep. You deep.
this show continues on the path of
Oh,
fucked upness.
wow.
All the kids are becoming, Randy.
You know that movie, Sin City? You know how like everything is in black and white, and you
Yeah,
got some colors.
I was thinking the same
That's
thing.
kind of like the same type of effect.
Well,
What's going
also
on
another
here?
movie that jumped into my head and it should never
I know
is
the one
Human
you're thinking.
Centipede.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, that was one. I was thinking of actually the moon sequence in Thor: Love and Thunder. It's just actually the one part of the movie I actually kind of enjoyed was the black and white part in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I liked Love and Thunder. I know you guys don't, but I did.
Hey, I've met some people who do. You know?
The other thing too, with like the balloons. This is kind of a contrast to the 1990 miniseries. Like all the balloons and all of them are red in this because they had multiple. The whole rainbow of balloons in the original. Like they're all red. In
So
we
she's like
scan.
a Pennywise groupie now, or what the fuck?
Well, that is not going to end well. It's,
It's like
Yep, I had a good
those,
Thanksgiving, Antonio.
yeah, had to go with
like one of those groupies that write to serial killers in prison.
yeah, nothing bad will happen to me doing this. Okay, now Skarsgård looks like Hector Hammond.
Wow. Oh,
These kids are hanging out at the damn juke joint. What's this? Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's they saw sinners.
Hey, Brad, do you think you could swim with a 10-pound brick?
That was actually something that I did on my lifeguard training. That was how they taught us how to carry someone out of the pool. To bring them up and do resuscitation on them. Was they you swim down, you would grab her, and I totally flubbed my first attempt because I grabbed it and I was carrying it like a football, and of course you can't swim like that. You're just gonna sink to the bottom, and that's when they tell you, okay, no, you have to backstroke and carry them like this again. It's almost like you got them in a full Nelson. But yeah, it's like once I was doing it like that, I was able to get it over to the others out of the pool pretty easily.
Yeah, I know a stroke that you can use to. You don't have to swim with it. You just tread water.
What's that?
It's half a breaststroke kick, each leg alternatively.
It'll work, yeah.
Basically, you have one leg in propulsion at all times. I was the only guy in my lifeguard school that could do it.
Yeah, it's tricky.
All they did was they put it on their belly and swum around on their back and everything, and I was just sitting straight up and down, holding the brick, going, "What's going on?"
Turkey this week. Well, I mean, then we got turkey again for Christmas coming up in about just under a month.
I usually have steak for Christmas. Go to my older brother's house, have a steak buffet, and then go to the next day for Christmas for steak dinner at the steakhouse.
that's clever. It must get tiring that you have like this big family gathering and eat turkey, and then less than a month later you do the same thing. Well, Sinners, remember that scene in Sinners where the all the dancers and that, and it's like throughout the ages. Oh, that's nice. Oh, they spiked it. Freedom tastes weird. That man gave those kids some Jesus juice.
This does kind of look like this is like Sinners in the '60s though. So I guess that works because Sinners had the we're dancing. We got people from the future on the dance floor.
Well, in Sinners, there was no evil, malevolent creature that lives in the sewers either. So
No, but they live. They're vampires and they just live above the sewers. So it's kind of a similar situation. This year between Sinners and now the show, Warner Brothers has done a lot to really kind of denigrate the image of juke joints.
I'm not sure that what they're doing is a juke joint. Because it's all the military people's place. I don't know what they call it. There's a lot of Doctor Sleep in this episode too.
Oh shit! Don't tell me. Oh no.
Are things being explained to her?
Holy shit.
I'm gonna watch the previews real quick because this so far this is not my favorite.
Is it over now?
Yeah, it is.
This was one of the more terrifying episodes that they made. For that one girl to have her one safe spot be the just luring her in to suck her in for the evil that it is. And it's no longer her safe spot in the whole of Derry.
Yeah, the previews didn't really redeem this episode for me. Once again, not a bad episode, but it was just like I didn't feel like I was going anywhere like I did in all the other episodes. Like the other episodes had, this was more of a I don't know, man. But like I said,
Isolated. It's an
yeah, I
isolated
mean,
episode.
Yeah, it's
bunch
kind
of
of
shit, but a bunch of shit happened in this episode that I don't see myself caring about in the last two episodes. But hey, it's me.
Well, it also follows the cycle of it too. Of once they fought it the first time, their lives became more successful. They became better people afterwards. Just like in this episode, they fought it, survived it, and then they're starting to hook up with each other. Their lives are starting to get better. She's getting more self-confidence. There's all kinds of little stuff in this one. And when her screaming on the bike after finding out what she found, that was just like, ah!
Yeah, and that to me, that whole creepy grandchild Pennywise, what the hell?
Well, it was deluding her that her father was still alive.
Hmm.
So that's why she was feeding it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, this was, I don't know, man. I saw much more into it than I guess because I watched it too.
Yeah, I just thought I'm not. Okay, I don't want to use the word filler because it wasn't that. It just wasn't. I just didn't feel myself. I don't know. I don't know about this. Like I said, I will judge this series. So far, so good. I'm happy with this series. I'm more than happy with this series. I don't even know how to feel about this episode. I don't even know if I'm disappointed yet. I'm just kind of like,
And also, it also in the movie had a subordinate with him, and this is him having a subordinate in this era.
yeah. I mean,
And she's trying. I think what she's trying to do is get that one girl with the knife to be the next people to feed it.
well, she didn't even. She came up there by. I mean, she didn't even like draw her in. Did she? She just basically wandered up there. And by the way, these people just wander wherever the fuck they want. They wander into other people's houses. They wander into speakeasies. They just ride out. Parents are like, "You stay in your room." And I fuck you. I'm leaving. The old man would have. Yeah, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have been able to head to the door. My hand wouldn't have gotten to the doorknob before he got me. But they're just
And also,
rolling.
she also thinks her friends are avoided her. Her friends have left her too. So she goes to the one safe place she thinks to that one woman to find out she's in league with it. It's like, ah.
Yeah, this episode did not have the same effect on me as it did on you, but it's all subjective. Now we
I
got
like the cinematography in this episode.
the
It's
coloring
really
and all
nice.
that was cool.
on that
Yeah.
black and white sequence too, and then with the contrast of the blood with it.
Yeah. The series has me. I mean, I'm not, this. I'm not. I'll probably have to rewatch this episode in context, and then I'll probably feel a lot different about it. I just usually when we were watching the previous 5 episodes, it like, okay, you felt yourself being drawn somewhere. Here, I'm like, you just show me a bunch of shit, and then now I just have to put it together in my head. That's all. I'm more astonished about like just the reality of these these badass kids just like hanging out at just hanging out, drinking, hanging out, people grinding, doing adult dancing. Hey, let's see that the kids are. Where the fuck? Where else are we gonna go? Let's go rob some banks. They could do whatever the fuck they want, man. These kids are like, fuck it. Why don't we just roll out of Derry? Let's get on the bikes and just roll out of Derry. I mean,
That would be the smart idea to get the fuck out of Derry.
Oh yeah, that would be my t-shirt. But these kids are like that. I mean, hey, where's your kid at? I don't know.
Do you get if you've I'm curious if you've had a lot of people like coming into the store kind of talking about the show?
Talking about it to Derry? No.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean it's not big. It's just I haven't had people talking. Stranger Things. They come in and start talking Stranger Things before.
Yeah, because that's that's when I go to my comic store, it's like you'll see people at the counter talking about like it's like like ancillary topics like by the way I'm Welcome to Derry or Stranger Things or what have you, like whatever's like kind of in the cloud of people at the moment
talking about it. But I have the It Chapter 1 and 2 posters hanging up. So once they get to that point, they every now and then they bring it up, but it's not like they come in and it's something. It's a conversation I have to start or spark. Where Stranger Things is like we come in. A lot of times they're wearing a T-shirt or something like that, or they'll see my little display that I have for Stranger Things, and we can talk about Stranger Things forever. By the way, that first 4 episodes of that show is just the show. I don't want Stranger Things to end. I need to find a way, but I know it needs to end in order for me to be able to appreciate. Otherwise, if it keeps going, they'll fuck it up. So
they're gonna make spin-offs.
They're gonna make a spin-off with Nancy. Which you know what? Sorry, you're not gonna automatically get my attention because she's the most annoying character on the show.
They're gonna do it like a cartoon.
I don't know how the cartoon's gonna. Who's watching that cartoon? It can't be.
I don't know.
Did you see the last episodes of the kills in the last episode? I thought I was watching a Troma movie, and when Vecna is just fucking people up, man. I mean, in ways he hasn't done it in the previous season. They're like, I mean, when he kills one guy with his hand, he's like Groot, but he extends his hands through this guy's completely through this guy's head.
Yeah.
Eyes, everything. And I'm like, I'm like,
and
whoa, that's some nasty shit. But then we're watching Derry and the nasty show on TV. So
people are already comparing the two online. So
yeah, well, yeah, because there's a lot of similarities between these two. Obviously, Vecna, Pennywise, the nature of their powers. Vecna's far more directly evil, though. He's real. He's not a demonic thing. He was created by something. In fact, he was created by the town. I mean, if it wasn't for the experimentation at the town, Henry would not have been able. He wouldn't have turned out that way. And when she had to defeat him, she literally created the Upside Down when she put him there. So yeah, it's a full circle of
based on the Montauk project that happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was what they were trying to recreate. They were trying to recreate the Philadelphia experiment, and that's how the area that the Upside Down would eventually root from came up. Yeah, there's a whole history lesson of it, but Welcome to Derry. It's a good episode. I sort of enjoyed it, but I just didn't feel like it went anywhere. But it doesn't have to.
It also like it probably told her to befriend her to take your place.
Yeah. You know what I felt.
So it was a long-term plan of it.
Yeah. I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I was feeling when I was watching this episode? And it's something when it comes to watching Stephen King that I don't ever want to feel. Like I was watching The Shining. There were certain elements of this episode that I felt I was watching The Shining. And I
I was feeling it too.
Fucking hate that movie. So I'm like, I don't know. That's probably why I didn't feel as good about this episode, because this episode had a lot of Shining in it, and there's a lot of Shining I don't like.
Very Stanley Kubrick.
Like
I like Stanley Kubrick.
The best part about The Shining is
it was more Dr.
Sleep
Sleep than Shining.
This is different. This is kind of cool because we can look at it at different angles. I get what you're saying in Dr. Sleep, I felt more Shining, and that's why it was starting to lose me a little bit because if you want to put
I
me to
can't
sleep,
remember The Shining, but I remember Dr. Sleep. But in Shining, did they talk about boxes to lock dead people in?
yeah, what was dude, it's been forever.
That's Dr. Sleep more than I know The Shining.
But it's in The Shining because remember Scott. Why can I never remember his name? The guy, Scatman Crothers, that guy was talking to the boy, and he was telling him about all that. I think if I can remember right, it's been a long time since I watched The Shining because I love myself too much to sit through that.
The Shining is don't do The Shining. Do Dr. Sleep, but not The Shining.
Yeah, Dr. Sleep's just a better movie, but yeah, it's all the same concept. But I just felt some Stanley Kubrick in here tonight, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not a fan. Not a fan of Stanley Kubrick. Sorry, guys. I know I'm in a vast minority. He's considered a directing god. I never got his movies.
That's the only one of his I've rated on here anyway. Has been The Shining.
Yeah, The Shining.
That's kind of for me. Like, I'm somewhat there with you. Because my relationship with his body of work, basically kind of begins and ends with The Shining.
And I can, like I said, first 20 minutes of Full Metal Jacket. Once the gunny's gone, I'm gone. Once Private Pile performs his final act, I don't watch that movie anymore. Matthew Modine. I mean, there's a lot of great. I'm pretty sure people think of it as a great movie, but Stanley Kubrick's pace of storytelling is just something I can't do. 2001. I mean, not for me, man. But that's what I felt tonight. Was I felt like I was being drawn into a Shining type situation. But hey.
I understood exactly why that little girl was screaming on the bike. It hit me.
Yeah, because she has nowhere to go. She has nowhere to go.
Her friends are gone. The one lifeline she thought she had is now the spawn of it. It's like, oh my God. I'd scream too on a bike.
Kudos to you, Rational, because I can't do it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. I didn't even want to watch it. I saw that in school. My teacher was in love with Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange. He didn't show us Clockwork Orange because I would have gotten fired. But he showed us 2001: Space Odyssey, and I'm like, maybe I should just.
2001: A Space Odyssey is good until he goes to the space child. Then it goes nuts.
Yeah,
when they're on the mission and Hal turns insane and says, Dave, you forgot your helmet or something like that.
That movie loses to me by that point. By the time we get to that point, I'm already, as a first grader, I'm ready to end public education at that point. I'm like, okay, do I need to, if this is learning, I need to get out of it. And I tried to watch it as an adult. And I'm like, nope, I was right. This is truly a sad and boring movie. I just wasn't a fan of those movies. And like I said, The Shining was, my dad loves that movie. And he was like, he didn't want me. This was the time where we were still determining what scared me or not, and what kind of movies that we could, he could take me to without. And you're still watching me, making sure I perceive these things and it doesn't affect my behavior or anything. And nope, wasn't scared, wasn't influenced, just bored. He wanted, because he watched the game with me. So he's like, no, that's not a classic to me. But hey, everybody's different. I know people who love that movie and put it in their top 5, and I'm like, oh, okay. It's a clown killer. William and Brad. It's a clown versus killer clowns in outer space. That movie was some low budget fun. I saw that in the movies too. That's what we did in the 80s.
Have you ever watched Eyes Wide Shut?
Yeah, I saw that in the movies in '99. That was his last movie, by the way. He passed away before it was released. And unless you're like a big fan of Nicole Kidman's butt, I mean, which literally opens up the movie. The movie opens up with her bare ass. That's really.
I think it was actually he did like that, and one other thing were like the only things he did after The Shining. Because he was
he did Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, and then he did. 87. Eyes Wide Shut, and that was it. So he did Full Metal Jacket and Eyes Wide Shut after The Shining. So he was a little bit like Marlon Brando, and then he only did something every.
Well, that was because nobody wanted to work with Marlon Brando.
That's true.
That was the problem. So
he's Marlon Brando in a good way, maybe.
Yeah, Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando was
Yeah, he's
I'm not
kind of an
speaking
asshole.
ill of that. He was a jackass. He was
Yeah.
a jackass. And then when it came to The Godfather, if you watched the Proposal, that's all true. Nobody wanted to work. Francis Ford Coppola and the producer, they had to fight. They had to fight the studio because Marlon Brando had such an awful reputation at that point in his career. Nobody wanted to work with him, and he ends up getting that role, and he's still an asshole. He ends up getting that role, winning an Oscar for that role, not even showing up to the Oscar parade.
And then he was I mean, of course, then went on to be Jor-El in the original Superman, and he worked like 2 weeks on that and like really cleaned up.
Yeah, the worst Jor-El that we've ever had, by the way. But yeah, so I'm not a.
But again, the Island of Dr. Moreau. Look that up, guys, and watch that documentary, Lost Soul. It's like it was wild, and Brando was Brandoing.
Do you think John Carpenter will still make Escape from Planet Earth with Kurt Russell? I mean, John Carpenter's never going to die, and Kurt Russell you have to age him up if you want him to play older roles. That's how longevity he has. I could see it. I would rather John Carpenter make a third Thing movie than anything else while he's still here with us. But I don't like Escape from New York, Escape from LA. I'm not a fan of those movies. I'm not a fan of his non-science fiction and horror stuff. Most of his non-science fiction and horror stuff loses me. If you want to wait, if I'm at your house and you want me out of there, but you don't want to say, "Hey, William, I got shit to do. Get out." Pop in Big Trouble in Little China. I'll leave. When you pop in that movie, that's you telling me you want me to leave, and that's all you got to do. I fucking hate that movie. But when it comes to John Carpenter's horror and science fiction stuff, I'm in. I'm there. It's when he goes off the beaten path. So yeah, I would rather him not.
I've never been everywhere and done everything, but I do know it's a pretty amazing planet we live on here. I may have to be some kind of fool to speak that ill of Big Trouble in Little China.
Never been a fan of the escape movies at all. I love Kurt Russell and I love the work he does with Kurt Russell. But no, I would rather him do a third Thing movie than any of that.
The best thing about Big Trouble in Little China is that Kurt Russell's character thinks he's the savior, but he's not.
Yeah, that's the gimmick. That's the joke. But you're listing off John Carpenter hits.
That's like, a really stupid movie. By the way,
how can you forget, man?
Well, there you go. That's what I mean. And when he's doing that genre in horror, he's one of the best. When he's doing the adventure stuff and other stuff, I just don't. The movies to me are not recognizable as John Carpenter. I really hate that. I saw that in the movies too. I really hated that movie. We went and saw. I remember being so pissed at that movie that we went and saw something else. I forgot whatever got released that week. We went and saw something else because I needed to cleanse my brain because that movie was so stupid. And I at that age, I had a vision and a perception of John Carpenter. That movie didn't fit it. Okay, that movie did not do anything for me. You give me The Thing, you give me Halloween, and then you give me Big Trouble in Little China. It's like you gave me a steak and a salad, and then you shit on it and said this is all the same thing. It's like nope. But yeah, I hope he changes his mind about that and actually makes a good movie. Okay, all right, guys. I think that's where we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because it's about midnight. That's our usual hour and 90 minutes about this show. Next episode looks like a solid episode. So far, I'm loving the show. This episode I'm going to have to watch again to pick up what he was laying down because, like I said, I felt like I was watching a little bit of The Shining. And if you know my preferences, 0 is the amount of The Shining that I'm okay with because I just don't like that movie.
Well, I like how they all seem to be a lot more confident and more, things.
Yeah, but it makes them
going good.
They're competent enough to go ahead and do stupid shit like what they ended up doing. Like everybody in this episode is doing something really dumb. And it's all going to end well, of course, because that's what these things do. And now you got the pseudo clan showing up. Well, we couldn't get them better. We couldn't get them hoods. Come on, guys. We didn't want to go on the nose, get them the hoods and the robes. Come on.
Well, there's
But
not many clan in Maine.
a sack with the two eyes on it, to scare me. Not with the little Dolly Annabelle mask that they rolled up in, but they're all gonna die. I'm calling it right now. They're gonna die. All right, I don't know. It's gonna be gross. It's gonna be nasty, but none of them goons are making it out of there. Because Pennywise
Have
or
you
whatever
ever seen
happen.
I mean, other than Birth of a Nation, have you ever seen the Klan in anything where they don't, get their comeuppance?
Nah, generally, if you're gonna put them in your movie, it's a good idea.
They're cannon fodder.
Or your comics, according to Absolute Batman, because he fucks those
Oh yeah.
stuff, dude. And then Batman back in the '80s, I mean, and Superman, fuck it, we're beating up the Klan, and that was controversial back then. that was kind of cool actually to be doing that in the '40s. Like, hey, Klan is bad.
Yeah, wasn't it like a radio
was a-
serial?
It was a radio serial, and then they did the cartoon. They did a PSA. It's like racism is not American. Watch Superman beat these Klan members up, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, you have a little bit more of an uphill battle.
Yeah, I mean, because that was like almost 100 years ago. All right, last question I asked for William. David Ellison told me. Oh, jeez, here you go. David Ellison told me to tell you that math is undefeated, and they're canceling. Okay, I know you're just fucking with me, but in order for math to win, Rational, we actually have. Here's a key about math being undefeated. You actually got to use it. Okay, and he didn't. That's not why he canceled that, because that's not why he canceled that. If you want to say that, hey, we want to do more Turtles fluff stuff, that's fine. But there's nothing saying that you can't do last run, because the people who guess who sold out last running? Guess who made up for the majority of the sales of the last running? The same people that went to all the fluff movies. That's your fan base. That's your math. I know, because the people who come in and I say, oh man, this is bad. And they didn't just start the Turtles right then and there. They didn't just walk in and say, hey, wow, Turtles and a half, and a half, let's do this. No, they grew up with that shit. They grew up with the fluff. They grew up with the cartoon. Now they're adults. All right, they're no longer wearing the Huggies pull-ups. They're wearing grown women's stuff. All right, that's your fan base. So if you're saying by proxy, you're saying that, we need to stick with the safe stuff, you're basically excluding the fan who are those same people to buy Ronin. That's last Ronin is a natural progression for somebody who started collecting those things either in the late 80s, whether you saw the cartoon or not. That's 20, 30 years ago. How old are you now? You still sitting around and does that satisfy you? No. So I think that's very short-sighted. And that's why I don't want Paramount buying anything like that, because they're going to look at things from an angle that may not be the best for that IP. And I'm horrified. I don't know what he's going to do with Star Trek, because the last time Star Trek fell into the hands that where people thought they knew with Star Trek people wanted, they didn't really dive into the fandom. They just said, well, this works. That Kirk and this does it. And then old Trek fan is like, yeah, keep it simple, keep it old. And like I said, people, your fan base, I think you will crash an IP or a franchise the moment you start thinking your fans are stupid or that they can't take being adults. That is the death of your franchises. That's it. No matter what it is you're watching, whether it's TV show, but if you're around for any length of time and you sell your fan base short because you think they're stupid, DC, or you think they can't take grit or anything else along with the other stuff. That's the death of your franchise. And every franchise that thinks about it like that, they go through these swoons where they don't do so well. So I'd hate to see that happen to Turtles, because we've had 30 years of fluff. I think that fan that bought the fluff wants Ronin. Just from my personal experience.
What we need is somebody like an outsider to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, so war games should probably go away. Oh, go ahead.
When I say outsider, like not somebody from Saudi Arabia.
No, I want a hedge fund guy. You know what? If people in the world hate hedge fund managers, tell you what, they don't fuck with anything when they buy them. They just flip them. All right, so war games should probably go away for a while. Survivor Series, we didn't even cover it. I watched Survivor Series Saturday night, and it was so bad, I wasn't even going to waste time running it down. That was an awful. It was basically the same Survivor Series they gave you last year, literally with the same fucking people, with the exception of Cody. The same stuff. Io Sky, let's climb up to the top of a cage and do something with a trash can. That's like, wow, that sucked. So yeah. Zootopia, I'm gonna have to take your word for it, Mr. Chill, because I have never seen Zootopia. I know the little kiddies of it, but I'm not, I know Jason Bateman was in it. That's about it.
Zootopia is pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
What the animal that works the DMV? Guess which animal works at the DMV?
It's a sloth. It's a sloth. Yeah, because I saw.
Oh, so you've seen it then?
No, we promoted it. I wouldn't be able to sit through that, dude. I wouldn't be able to sit through it. It was just I would have to like literally. I would no. But no, we promoted it. I saw the trailer. We gave away t-shirts and stuff for it. We didn't do Zootopia 2, though, because we were doing another movie. But the very first Zootopia, yeah, I remember that because it's the rabbit saying, "Can't you speed it up?" Yeah, I remember that. But I'm not knocking it. I'm pretty sure somebody, it's going to pull in a lot of money. But it's just not for me.
I know Bad Guys 2 is out as well.
Yeah, see, there's just a lot of shit that I'm not going to see. It takes a lot to get me off my ass and into a theater. And just lately, it's just not,
Well, I still say this episode was one of the more scary episodes there was, because that feeling of hopelessness that it's feeding.
Yeah, he gets the job done.
Yeah, like I said, I'll probably be watching and have more appreciation of it than the initial watch. But yeah, this is right now. If I had to say my least favorite episode, it's this one. But that's a bar. That's not a fair bar because this has been such a great show. So. All right, guys. I don't know when I'm going to be on again. Probably closer to the weekend because, as you can kind of see from the goofy schedule I've had the last couple of days, that retail reality is kicking in, and it's that time of year. Tomorrow is Cyber Monday, so I spent after we got up the air last night, I spent another 2 hours at the store just loading everything up and adding discount codes that'll hit probably in about 6 hours now for Cyber Monday for us. So I will probably be streaming sporadically. But I know that on Christmas Eve, we're doing a marathon. New Year's Eve, we're doing a marathon. So we got 2 more marathons to go for our AFSP marathon. And by the way, before we get the hell out of here, getting back into the swing.
And 2 more episodes of Derry.
Yeah, 2 more episodes of Derry. And then Christmas Day. I might do a Stranger Things marathon. I don't know. But here you go. These 3 digits can save a life. Call 988. Press 1 to reach the military crisis line. By the way, if you are a civilian, they'll take you. It's not like if you're not, they're going to, this is just the one that the Army used, and I saw it, and I grabbed it, but they will not hang up on you no matter what. And same thing if you dial the other one, and if you're military, if you dial the regular one, doesn't matter what button you push. There are different types of training for military personnel than there are for other people, and it expedites things when they can get it right to that. But trust me, if whatever button you push, you're going to get somebody that can help you. So there you go. And we made about $200-300 the other night. I'm happy about that. We're closing on $20,000. So I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go take some Benadryl because wow, the winter's been playing havoc with my allergies. For those of you allergy sufferers out there, I can see you. When I'm walking the streets and I'm walking in the store, when I'm in the supermarket, just like the Highlander can recognize another immortal, I can recognize another allergy sufferer, man. I see it. And no words need to be exchanged. We look at each other and we got that look. We got that dead allergy stare is what I call it. So,
Don't worry, I'm just starting to suffer some allergy problems lately now.
Yeah, and it's a problem. And if you're not an allergy sufferer, it's like I'm speaking Martian to you right now, but I understand. But hey, all right.
When it comes to allergies, I'm so glad I have a mute button.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because one day I coughed so loud, and you guys didn't see this. I was sneezing so hard, my nose started bleeding while we were on the air, and I went off air for like a long time. So I had toilet paper sticking in there, and I'm like, is it going to stop, or am I going to have to stay Avatar for the whole time? But it eventually stopped because that was a long enough stream. So, all right, guys, like, subscribe, share. For those of you nearly 130 watching us at midnight right now, most of you are watching. You're probably watching us through Twitter. Please come over to youtube.com youtube.com/at the Sci-Fi Center, and join us there and join us permanently and become part of our foundation there. And until I see you guys again, try to have a good Monday, whatever the fuck that is, and I will see you next time I see you.
You guys, yeah, Derry.